All right, welcome back to the Cheap Horse, everybody, and let me run you down on what's going on here. So we've got a beautiful little Apollo TTR dirt bike. It's a 125. As you might have seen in my short, we got a bunch of stuff missing on this guy, but a lot of it is complete, and I really like the look, even without the plastics, which I do have. This thing is a looker. And it's got the upside down forks in the front. This is really cool. It's got some really good trick stuff, but it's also a value-based dirt bike. So it's going to be a lot of fun when it's all finished up, but just somebody messed up down the road and it just happened to fall into my hands because somebody probably didn't know what they were doing and took a whole bunch of stuff off they shouldn't have taken off. And now I got to rebuild it. But that being said, I mean, all the bones are there. This thing should come back and look like a stunner when I'm done with it. So I got a whole new rear brake setup going. So I'm going to replace this, the line, everything. The front, it's literally just this guy. This little window is missing, so I got a new master cylinder that's going to go on. The clutch, obviously somebody probably took a digger, and that's probably what killed the line and the handle. Motor ran. I actually I fired it up with some brake clean, spread it in the cylinder and kicked it over, and bam, fired right up. So that's great news. I had plenty of compression when I did the compression foot test. You know, just feeling it with my foot, see how it was, and it was perfect. I do have a cover for the side of that, so that's going to go on. I do need an engine mount. As you can probably see, this guy is dangling. All the engine mounts need to be tightened back down. That's easy stuff. But the caliper in the front was okay, with the pad life being like, you know, close to half or more, so that was fine. The pads in the rear, they were not looking so great, so I just decided, you know what, instead of having to piece and part it all together and save maybe $5, I just got the entire setup and it was 30 bucks. So that was pretty decent. Now I got the whole bike for about 160 in total. So that was before I started ordering parts. That was a great deal, and I needed a great deal because, let's put it this way, let's start doing the math. This up here, let's call that $15, right? And there was another $15 in just getting the foot pegs. So that's $30 there. Now we have another $30 back here for the brakes. All that's taken care of. That's $60. Now, let's see, another $10 for the clutch cable and all that. Now we're up to $70. I had this laying around, so that's not a big deal. The grips, I had grips around, but let's just call that another 10 because, you know, if you had to buy it new, it's another 10, 15 bucks. There you go. So you got, let's call it 80, 85. So 85 in parts plus the exhaust. So the exhaust was missing. Now we've got another, that was 45. So we got 85 plus 45. What are we at there? 225, or sorry, 125 now, in parts, not 225. Yeah, we're looking at 230 in parts. So we've got 230 in parts so far, and then we've got one more, the carb. That was another 17, let's call it 20. So we're looking 250, no, 250, 150 in parts. I'm trying to add another 100 again. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so we're looking at about 150, 160 in parts. Let's call it a little bit more just because of, you know, what if I need hardware or something like that, right? So we've got 150 in parts plus the 160 that I spent on it. You're looking at about $300, $310 in total to get this thing back up to absolutely perfect. And this thing should sell for about $700, maybe $800 to the right buyer. To the wrong buyer, maybe $600, whatever. That's on the short side, but you're still making money. But, I mean, think about that. In total, that's pretty decent. I didn't really have to do much. It's little nickel and dime stuff here and there, but honestly, it's easy work, you know, since the engine's already running, all the wiring's done. It's just supporting mods at that point, you know, it's just little mini stuff. I mean, God, this takes 5 minutes to do for all this, you know, for the little stuff each, you know. I mean, I can get this rear brake taken care of, probably 5-10 minutes. This is another 5-minute job. Putting on the carb is a 5-minute job. Putting on the clutch cable, that's a 5-minute job. Putting on the grips, that's a 5-minute job. We got that 5-minute job. You know how we do, you know, that's how it is. You know, it's just little stuff here and there, but guess what? At the end of the day, we're going to have a really nice running dirt bike, and that's going to be great. And like I said, look at this. Somebody had a GY 6 Kickstarter on this thing, which is kind of funny. I had one laying around. I'm trying to use as many spare parts as I possibly can, but I'm also trying to make this thing look really, really nice. You know, this is a newer machine. It might as well look like a brand new machine by the time I'm done with it, and then that's how I'm going to kind of market it. Now, like I said, it looks great the way it is. I might just leave it that way. Or I'll put these plastics back on. Maybe I'll paint them up a little bit and make them look nice. But I might just kind of offer it as is, because it looks cool as is once it's all done. Put the new foot peg on and all that. That's the other thing. I got, the foot pegs. I got red foot pegs. These are going to be sweet. The clutch cable is red, so it's going to go with the black and red. It's going to look really, really nice when it's all finished up, but that's the whole thing. Let's get it back to as new as possible and then market it from there. So let's finish this guy up and see how it comes out.